Today, at the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, we're going to go through how the coronavirus had made the world professional wrestling tap out. Yes, tap out, as all shows have been canceled. We're going to go through how it all started and who has been affected. That and much more on the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. Welcome back, guys, to the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. Before I say all that, what I have to say on this episode, I want to thank those who have subscribed to my channel, who have given me the thumbs up, who has notified themselves for every new upload. Thanks you once again for supporting this channel. Also, thank you for supporting the Chokeslam Wrestling Report audio podcast, available at Apple, Stitcher, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and many other platforms that you guys listen to podcasts. So I'm gonna get that out the way now, so I don't have to say it later. But let's talk about what's been going on in the professional wrestling world. As you guys well know, the latest update right now of what happened this week was that WrestleMania was canceled or plugged, taken off from them performing at the Jack Murphy Stadium, whatever the name of the stadium that Tampa Bay Buccaneers play at. There will be no longer a WrestleMania there. So instead, WWE on Monday claimed that they were going to move WrestleMania to the PC Performance Center, which to me, in my head, I'm saying, how in the world are you still planning to do a WrestleMania with no fans in the building? So here I am doing my audio podcast, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report through Apple and Anchor. And I'm getting this breaking news around 7 o'clock before Raw went on air that they're going to move the WrestleMania to the PC Performance Center. Then as the week progressed, they were talking about now they were planning to do a two-night event, the 4th and the 5th, to do it at the Performance Center. And in my head, I'm still saying, you still don't get it. They are not going to be no fans. So how the hell are you going to have a show, okay? And, and you're going to use the wrestlers that you're going to use for that show. And it's not going to be a battle royal. There is no Hall of Fame induction. There is no NXT takeover. So now all these wrestlers that usually get a payday for WrestleMania, a bonus for the payday for the merchandise and the access and all this stuff, autograph sessions and all that. Now they weren't getting paid. So there was word around that WWE wrestlers were upset because McMahon was thinking of doing this. If they do this, there goes the royalty checks for all these wrestlers that who may not be performing that night, but they might get royalty check because somebody bought their shirt. So now here we are facing a dilemma. And McMahon, all he's thinking about is his pockets. His pockets, and I keep saying it, and I've been saying it since I first started doing this podcast, since I started doing my audio podcast. McMahon does not care about the fans. All he cares about his pockets. This is why he's been giving you this product, garbage product to begin with. And, he's going to give you what he wants now. And I'm going to tell you why, because now let's go back 6 years ago when people were pushing Daniel Bryan to win the world title. And McMahon didn't want to do that because he doesn't believe in vanilla midgets or whatever you want to call it. They don't believe in pushing little guys. The last two little guys that they pushed was Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit. Ever since that, he really didn't want to push the little guys. They pushed it. He gave them Daniel Bryan because of the notoriety he was getting, the yes movement. He pushed it. Next thing you know, Bryan lost the belt. He got injured. And now he was no longer an issue for WWE. Now, here we go. A couple of years ago, or a year ago, they gave you Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch. And they wanted Becky Lynch to win the world title. And he actually did that. And he did that for them. Did Kofi Kingston winning the world title. He did that for them. Now McMahon saying, I gave you what you wanted. Now I'm going to give you what I want. And I don't care if you like it or not. The fact that you're still thinking of putting a WrestleMania event when you're not going to really lose money. Because word is going around is that they needed to move the WrestleMania from Tampa to another building. So then when they attempted to do it, and if they get canceled, they collect the insurance. So there's other word they could do the WrestleMania on June 7th in Madison Square Garden. There's no booking for Madison Square Garden. I doubt that too because there's word here in New York City that Madison Square Garden is going to be closed for a while. They went as far as to say for 3 months, but you never know what could happen. Right now, the city right now, as I speak, is pretty much on lockdown. So the only thing open is a store or food stores, or grocery bodegas and stuff like that. But if this happens in Orlando, he's gonna lose money anyway. Or better yet, he's not gonna lose money because he's gonna collect the insurance. The ones who are gonna get hurt out of all this if he does do this WrestleMania situation is the guys who collect the royalty checks, guys who sell their shirts, their merchandise. They're not gonna get. That's why there's words going around is that WWE, some WWE wrestlers are pissed off. Guys like Edge is gonna say, "Yeah, why not perform?" Of course, you're gonna get your payday. You're gonna get paid, regardless. Whatever you already got paid for a 3-year deal, so you good. You know what I'm saying? The Randy Ortons, the Roman Reigns, the Bill Goldbergs, these guys get paid. They're gonna get their bonus. But what about the guys who usually come out in a battle royal? None of those guys are gonna get paid. There is no battle royal. Everything is done. And again, and I'm gonna bring this up to speed a little bit of how all this started. And I started wondering this back in January when they did the Wrestle Kingdom in Japan. When I saw Wrestle Kingdom Japan, I started noticing that fans had the mask on, and at that time the coronavirus was already running rampant in the Far East, in China and some Korea, and then it hit Japan. But I started watching that in these shows that you see people with masks on. So I was like, wow, whatever this epidemic is, I hope it doesn't spread. February comes, they do the last shows. They announced that they're going to do the New Japan Cup. They usually do every year, the 48th anniversary. I mean, they had a match between Hiromu Takahashi against Naito, which I was looking forward to members of the Ingobel Novelists to go each other. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion against the IWGP and Intercontinental Champion. That I was looking for. And so happens, the beginning of March, they announced there was not going to be no New Japan Cup, and there was not going to be the 40th anniversary. So they canceled the show from the 1st of March to 15th. And once I saw that, I said, that's going to be a problem because their Ring of Honor already was announcing wrestlers from Japan to be at the Supercard of Honor. They already had announced Jay White. They have Ishimori from Bullet Club, Kenta from Bullet Club, Will Ospreay from Chaos. All these guys were coming from Japan to come to Ring of Honor in Florida. Now, also, that was going to be on the same weekend of WrestleMania. Let's count also the WrestleCon. WrestleCon was going to be in Tampa. That was going to be on the same weekend of WrestleMania. The same way it happened last year when they did it here in New Jersey. We had the WrestleCon. We had the G1 Supercard at the Madison Square Garden, which I was fortunate enough to attend. With New Japan and Ring of Honor, the Hall of Fame induction in the Barclays Center. So it was a great time last year. Forward a year later, all that got canceled. All because WrestleMania got moved to Orlando. Now, I'm one of those guys that I throw shots at WrestleMania, but let's be real. Whatever WWE during WrestleMania week affects all the indie promotions and all the other shows because they look forward. It's a wrestling weekend. Everybody's on the move to watch wrestling. But now, the only one who's trying to be the only show in town is WWE, when we all know that you shouldn't be doing this. You just collect your damn insurance, book it in Madison Square Garden on June 7th, and that's it. Because as a matter of fact, tomorrow was supposed to be a Road to WrestleMania in Madison Square Garden. That got canceled to June 27th. And I was supposed to take my grandkids to watch that. And luckily I didn't buy the tickets, otherwise I would have been screwed. But you can see things have been suspended. This situation is very serious. And I tell you right now, coronavirus did make pro wrestling tap out. Except one wrestling company who is still trying to be ignorant about it. AEW did this show on Wednesday. I'm not going to take shots on the WWE. AEW did this show. And what they did, they didn't make it look apocalyptic like. They actually grabbed some of the rosters and put them by around the ringside area so they could watch while the wrestlers perform. WWE could have done that last night, but they didn't do it. They kept doing with this empty arena stuff. It's just nonsense. It's just give it up already. And put it this way, AEW right now, they did the show on Wednesday, but now you don't know when is another AEW show because the follow up after that is the Bloods and Guts, double K's. Where are they gonna do that? That doesn't fit at the Daily Place. I was looking at it this Wednesday, and I'm like, there's no way in the world they could do a cage match in this place, you know. And then with blood and all that stuff, you can't do it. You cannot do it. So they said the next time, next AEW Dynamite. They didn't put a date. They didn't say next week. They didn't say March this. They show most of the shows they got canceled. The Rochester show got canceled, which was supposed to be this weekend. The Newark show got canceled. New Orleans canceled. A lot of these wrestling companies got canceled, and WWE still wants to be the only show in town with this old man being ignorant. And I don't care if you WWE fans want to come at me. Really, all the things I got in all week with WWE fans claiming I'm assuming. No, I'm not assuming. Okay, I'm not assuming because you know very well if you defend this, what they're doing, then you're the problem with the IWC, the internet wrestling community. You're the problem because if you think this is good, I saw somebody that Elias and King Corbin are great stars. They're supposed to be in WrestleMania. Really, King Corbin, the biggest a-hole they got there, who likes to talk crap, you know, and he was at the Corey Graves podcast this week talking nonsense, belittling the fans. Go away. You one of those guys that go away heat. Go away. Don't come back. And Elias is a joke. So this whole thing with this wrestling stuff that's been going on is just nonsense with the WWE. You know, I mean, it's cool that you win now I gotta give them credit where credit's due. Y'all guys win and actually allow ESPN to run WrestleMania 30 for tomorrow, which is good because as a wrestling fan, you're a WWE fan, you want to sit down and relive some of those moments. You know, I can't listen. At the end of the day, as much as I hate WWE the way they are now, I cannot make believe that their history is not great because they have had some great matches. Somebody had Hulk Hogan versus The Rock, WrestleMania 18, one of the best matches I've seen Hulk Hogan been and mind you, Hulk Hogan's been into great many matches. And the WrestleMania match was, well, The Rock was great. Or you can watch Kurt Angle against Brock Lesnar in WrestleMania 19 when Brock almost killed himself trying to do a moonsault from the top rope. There's a lot of the WrestleMania 17, McMahon helped Stone Cold beat The Rock in the main event. When McMahon and Stone Cold got together. There's so many stuff that WWE has, and you can go to the network and all that. And I'm saying, look, just play it safe. Major League Baseball has canceled their stuff. NHL has canceled their season. The NBA has canceled their season. The NASCAR has canceled their season. Tennis, golf, everything you name has been canceled. Why are you trying to be better than anybody? You're trying to be God. And you're not God. You are not God. I don't care what anybody says, you're not God. And it's just nonsense, you know. And me as a podcaster, and I see this, it's crazy. I mean, I laughed last night because I was on Turnbuckle Tabloids live feed in Facebook, and the host was watching SmackDown, and he looked like he was asking why the hell this is happening. And I said, let me look because my DVR still records SmackDown, and the only thing that I think that caught my eye was the Otis situation. I think that's the only thing that's very interesting. Otis went berserk. I never saw him to go berserk. Then the Roman Reigns and the Goldberg contract was pushed. Like they're trying to make it like they got a history. And Roman Reigns promos are horrible. I don't care what anybody says. Are horrible. They suck. He's trying to push it, and I don't know what they're gonna do. But if they do go April 4th and April 5th with these WrestleMania events, I hope that they whole roster go on strike or do something because you're taking money from talent, and it's not fair to them. You know, just because you want to be ignorant. McMahon is an ignorant guy. I'll tell you, and all his yes men in his circle, they're ignorant. And I hope to God that they get. I hope Orlando closes the whole damn town and cancels damn WrestleMania and let these wrestlers who bust their ass 365 days a year get their time, get their royalty checks. They're able to do it in Madison Square Garden. It may not be 80, it might not be 70, it might not even be 30 or 20, but let them perform around fans. Why perform in an empty arena? Makes no sense. That's the part that gets me. Empty arena. Same thing with AEW. AEW, they did the show Wednesday, but they had their wrestlers around. It still felt awkward, but they at least at that show made me forget for 2 hours what's going on in the world. And they made it good. They had Brody Lee come out. They had Jeff Hardy come out. But they did not say, oh, we'll see you next week. Because they don't know where they're going to be at. The next part of the storyline is the cage match. They don't have a spot to do the cage match. So why WWE can't do the same thing? You got to come into grips that this is the way we living right now. Quarantine, making sure that everybody's safe. And this virus supposedly is not... It's not discriminating anybody. We talk about police officers are getting it, fire department guys, MTA workers here in New York. You name it. It's crazy. Right now, yes, I went outside, went to the park, did my exercise, whatever, came back home. It's a ghost town out there. Some people are not taking precautions because they think this is a joke, but I'm not going to take a risk. And as long as I'm here and I got a podcast, I'm still going to do what I got to do, give you the stories, whatever's online, and share it to those guys who subscribe to my channel and to those who probably be, future subscribers, I'm not, like I said, I just don't understand. Coronavirus made professional wrestling tap out. And McMahon is one guy who is very, very selfish. He does not want to give in to this. And it might hurt him in the long run. So, what else can I say? I'm rambling here for the last 16 minutes. But anyway, guys, like I said, I already give you all my information from my podcast and stuff. Also, real quick, New Japan the president talked about how they're dealing with the coronavirus or whatever. I know DDT, Shimmer, Dragon Gate. I forgot the other one, Bushi, whatever it is. They're gonna start doing events in front of crowds starting, I think, tomorrow. So Japan right now looks like they already quarantined and dealt with that virus. China already said they took care of that virus. Hopefully, it's fast and quick here. In New York, it's just annoying right now. It's at almost close to 9,000 people here that's been affected by that, and hopefully with them locking down the city tomorrow and shutting down businesses that they don't need, everything will be back to normal soon. So till then, guys, continue supporting this podcast. Like I said, if you want more information, you can check out on top of the channel. If you look at the links on top, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, also Anchor. That's what I do my audio podcast. It's also available on Apple, Google, Pandora, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, any podcast, Podbean, all of them. Any podcast that you guys like hearing audio stuff, you can find my audio, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. Till then, guys, have a blessed day. Stay safe out there. Don't do nothing that you're not supposed to be doing. No gathering. Social distancing. That is the key. The key 2 words to this. Social distancing. So until that, guys, be safe. Love you guys. Have a good day.